Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 is a really good game, but I wouldn't say it quite reaches that great level, at least not yet. I know they're going to be adding more content down the road, so maybe that will eventually change. Space Marine 2 is the latest video game set in the Warhammer universe, coming out 13 years after its predecessor. The story here has got me feeling really conflicted. As someone that isn't super familiar with the lore of Warhammer, this game did succeed at making me want to dive into that universe and learn more about it. The world and characters are fascinating. You can tell there's something way bigger going on here, but those things kind of act as a backdrop to the gameplay. The actual story and missions you embark on during this campaign are nowhere near as interesting as everything going on around it. It's a very straightforward and generic narrative that you would expect in your typical third-person or first-person shooter, which was really disappointing for me. It seemed like anytime they were about to do something interesting with the story or explore the character's motivations or backstory, it quickly either got pushed aside or resolved, and it left me wanting more. What really shines through here is Space Marine 2's gameplay. They somehow found the perfect balance of letting you feel like a tanky, overpowered badass that can move around swiftly, yet there's just enough challenge here that you don't feel invincible. It's really impressive. The combat and movement is exceptional. They really nailed giving you that Space Marine power fantasy. The combat encourages you to be aggressive and get into the action to fight your way through every encounter. If you turn your back to run and grab ammo or try to hide to allow yourself to recover, the game will punish you. It is best to stick in the fight and try to make it all the way through and come out on top than it is to try and take it slow and easy. This helps make every combat encounter feel more intense, and more often than not, I walked away feeling very satisfied. The gameplay is really well crafted. Once you make your way through the 6 to 7 hour story, whether that be in single player or co-op, you've got other multiplayer modes you can check out. There's Operations mode where you can play through another side of the story, seeing certain missions from a different perspective. And then you've got your PvP modes, which are really nothing to write home about. You've got your typical team deathmatch, domination, and King of the Hill modes, and that's really it. They're fun to play for a few hours, but I can't imagine myself sticking around with it for the long term, maybe as they add more content over time, but in its current state, it kind of just feels like a tacked on thing for the people that want it. But overall, I had a good time with Space Marine 2. It definitely left me wanting more with its narrative and multiplayer modes, but it does nail its gameplay. Hopefully, we won't have to wait around too long for a Space Marine 3. In the meantime, I'm going to be giving Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 a 7.5 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Like, subscribe, and all that YouTube stuff. And to all the Warhammer fans out there, what is your favorite Warhammer video game?